Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into one of the most powerful, but honestly, one of the most misunderstood ideas in digital marketing, link building. And it's so much more than just clicks. It's really about how websites earn trust and authority in this super crowded digital world. So let's peel back the layers.
Before we get into the weeds, let's just start with a really simple question that gets right to the heart of all this. When you land on a new website, what makes you actually trust it? What are those little signals that tell your brain, okay, yeah, this is a credible source? That feeling, that instinct of trust, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with why links are so powerful in the first place. Then we'll figure out what a good link actually looks like. After that, we'll get into the real strategies, the rules you have to play by, and finally, how you measure if any of this is actually working.
Okay, first up, why should you even care about links? I mean, really. It's because their impact goes so far beyond just a simple click. They are, and I'm not exaggerating here, the fundamental building blocks of the internet's entire ecosystem of trust.
The best way to think about it is like this. A link from another website is basically a vote of confidence. It's another person, another brand, pointing at your stuff and saying, hey everyone, check this out. This is valuable, this is credible. And that's a signal that's incredibly powerful, not just for people, but for search engines too.
And what's really cool is how these benefits all start to feed into each other. See, a good link doesn't just help your rankings. It drives actual people to your site, it builds your brand name, and it even helps you forge real professional relationships. It becomes this compounding engine for growth. It's awesome.
So if links are like votes, then we have to ask the obvious question. What makes a vote actually count? Because let's be real, not all endorsements carry the same weight. Some are incredibly influential, and others, well, they're just noise that should probably be ignored.
Okay, I want you to focus on one word on this slide, earning. That's the key to this whole thing. This isn't about gaming the system or finding some secret loophole. Real sustainable link building is about creating something so valuable that other people genuinely want to reference it. It's a true marketing strategy.
And here it is, plain and simple. This table shows the difference. A high-quality link? It's relevant. It makes sense. It's placed right inside the main content, and it comes from a site you'd actually trust. You always want to be playing in that left-hand column.
Now, this chart shows you what the clickable text, what we call the anchor text, should look like over time. And notice something? It's really diverse. Most of the time, it's just your brand name or the raw URL. Why? Well, because that's how real people link to things. If all your links are stuffed with the exact same keywords, it just looks unnatural. It's a huge red flag.
All right, let's get to the fun part, the actual playbook. How do you go about earning these incredibly valuable links? Let's get into the how-to.
This right here is the fundamental process, the life cycle. And it always, and I mean always, starts with step one, value creation. You simply cannot ask for a link until you have built something worth linking to, period. It could be amazing content, a cool tool, new data, but it all starts with having the asset first.
I think the most sustainable way to do this is to just shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, how can I get more links? Start thinking, how can I create something so genuinely useful or interesting that other people in my industry will want to share it with their audience?
So what does one of these link magnets actually look like in the wild? Well, think about original research, where you become the primary source for new data. Or those ultimate guides that are hands down the best resource on a topic. Or even useful tools, like a calculator, that people will come back to and share over and over again. Each one provides undeniable value.
And this is so important. Link building is not some technical task you do hiding behind a computer screen. It's a human one. At its core, it is all about building genuine, professional relationships with journalists, editors, bloggers, and other creators in your space.
Because when you have those relationships, all of these tactics become like 10 times more effective. Think about it. An email asking for a guest post or offering an expert opinion is just so much more powerful when it comes from a trusted connection, not a total stranger. It's all built on a foundation of mutual respect.
Okay, so to make sure all of this hard work actually pays off for years to come, it is absolutely critical to understand the best practices and the ethical lines you don't cross. This is all about building something durable, not chasing risky short-term gains.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. Prioritize quality above absolutely everything else. One single powerful link from a highly respected, super relevant website is worth more than hundreds of junk links from spammy sites. It's not even a fair fight.
Sticking to these ethical principles, what people call white hat SEO, is what protects your brand for the long haul. The whole goal is to build a link profile that looks natural, because it is natural. It's been earned slowly, over time, through real value and real relationships.
And finally, the big question. How do you know if all the strategic effort is actually paying off? Because at the end of the day, this has to connect back to your actual business goals, right?
Measuring success is actually pretty simple in concept. Does the value you're generating outweigh your investment? So on one side, you've got your costs, things like creating content, software tools, your team's time. And on the other, you've got the return, more organic traffic, better brand recognition, and ultimately more revenue. When that return bar is taller than the cost bar, you know you're winning.
So here's the bottom line. It's time to stop thinking of link building as just some small SEO tactic. It's not. It's a core marketing function. When you do it right, it builds this durable, protective moat around your brand, a moat that makes it much, much harder for your competitors to ever catch up.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. Thinking about your expertise and what your audience truly needs, what's the one unique, valuable thing you could create that other people would be genuinely proud to link to? If you can answer that, you'll know exactly where to start.